and welcome back to my channel. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa, and in today's reading, we're going to be looking into what's next in love for my singles out there and what you can do to really attract in the type of love that you feel is in your highest good, that you desire. Getting into our disclaimers, do keep in mind that this is a general reading. So you may feel some messages resonate really specifically to you. You may feel that other messages don't resonate, and that's completely normal. Think of your chosen pile is still kind of like a collective reading, right? Which means that everyone that chooses a specific pile, I'm picking up on kind of like the overall themes and collective energies that that group of people are dealing with. So as a best practice, if anything ever feels kind of confusing, it probably isn't your message. Don't dwell on it too long. Or if something feels like, Melissa's describing a situation that really does not fit for me, that's probably not your message. You may want to choose a different pile, or it's also possible that there is no message in today's video for you. That is definitely normal as well with these collective readings. If you guys did want to book a personal, all the details on how you can book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. But as a best practice, if you guys are wanting a more specific read on your personal situation, booking a reading with a tarot reader that you trust is the best route to go. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and get into our reading selection. So today you will have a choice between 3 different groups. If you're drawn to group 1, we'll be working with the Happy Tarot and this little selenite crystal. If you guys are drawn to group 2, we're working with the Lord of the Rings Tarot and this rose quartz palm stone. And if anyone is drawn to group 3, we're working with the Magickal Dogs Tarot, and this is a pink Aura rose quartz. So I want you all to think about your love life, my beautiful singles, and what it is that you need to know. What's next for you? Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to select your group. Once you've chosen, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will take you to your selected reading. See you there. Hey, group 1, if you guys were drawn to the Happy Tarot and this selenite crystal, this is going to be your message. So as I mentioned in the intro, today we're looking into what's next in love for my beautiful single viewers. And we are going to look into kind of like the upcoming energies or people headed your way. But my goal with this reading is really to focus in on self-empowerment as well. So we will be looking into anything within your own energy that you all may want to be aware of with regard to attracting in the type of love that you desire. I always feel like it's much more empowering to kind of focus in on what we can do versus like what other people do. And a lot of times when we're single, people that we don't want to approach us will approach us. There's nothing we can really do about that, right? It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us if someone comes forward that we're not really interested in, but we can control how we respond to it. So we are going to jump in. I'm going to start with some overall energy here, and then we'll get into all of the details. So let's see. Group number 1, what's next for you in love? So we start off here with forgiving and learning, overall energy. We do have spring. Oh, and then we have love sucks. Okay, so let's look at this for a moment. Actually, let me just turn my music down a little bit here. Okay. So it's interesting with you guys selecting this selenite crystal because selenite is one of the crystals. Actually, technically, this is like, I think called satin spar, which is like a type of selenite, if I'm not mistaken. But this type of crystal is a crystal that is actually able to cleanse and purify other crystals, right? So I do feel with this forgiving and learning that you guys are about to come up through like a period of purification in your love life where you're healing, you're cleansing, you are releasing energies of the past. With the spring energy coming up, this is like the energy of new beginnings. Now, the spring season could be significant for some of you, maybe from like a timing perspective. As I'm uploading this particular video, it is going to be posted in the month of July. So where I currently live, it is summertime. Maybe this has to do with something that happened in the spring for some of you, or maybe as it's a timeless reading. So maybe some of you guys are viewing this during the spring season, or an upcoming spring season could be significant from a timing perspective. But spring is also a metaphor for new beginnings, fresh energy, purification after we've kind of gone through this dead winter time where things have died down, things have been kind of barren. And I feel like with Love Sucks, I feel like that's kind of the energy that you all are coming off of here. This says you've stopped believing in love. Let yourself heal so you can be open again. This is about you guys beginning to really open up your heart again, releasing those ghosts of the past, mourning any losses, forgiving yourself for any perceived mistakes, quote unquote, that you've made, or really just anything that you need to let go of. Because I do feel for my group 1 viewers that new love is possible. And you're at this reading because I think you're curious to know when or if it's coming. Clearly you're desiring a fresh start and a new beginning in love. And I do see this coming through for you. But I do feel it's like healing is very necessary here. So let's see, group 1. Tell us a little bit more, Spirit, about their situation. What's next in love for my beautiful, amazing group 1 viewers? The 10 of Pentacles. Show me the energy of my viewers. What's next in love with regard to this situation? Yes. Okay, love this. We have the Death card. And show me any person of significance that you want to highlight, Spirit. Who's coming towards them? Who's coming towards my beautiful group 1 viewers, Spirit? Next in love. The Empress. Okay. All right. So I feel like you guys are kind of, with what's next in love for you as a single, there's definitely this period of transition that you all are moving through, deep transformational change. This is Pluto energy. This is slow change. You guys are leaving behind something really, really major with regard to your love life, a breakup, an old cycle, an old pattern. There's definitely like a heaviness here that you guys are kind of like purging through and releasing at this time. The beautiful thing about the Death card is it does signify new beginnings. And I am really drawn to this kind of sunlight here. You can see the sun is kind of rising here on the horizon, or it could even be perceived that the sun is setting, right? It depends on how you're viewing the card. But it's almost like this necessary release, really embracing letting go of the past. But also I feel you, my viewers, going through like a very deep transformational personal change where like you are approaching love completely differently than you did before. Okay. With the 10 of Pentacles, I feel with regard to your love life, you guys are kind of focused in on these themes of like legacy. The 10 of Pentacles is, I think some of you could be focusing on your own like personal finances and getting those together. So that way, when you do meet a partner, you feel like you can actually build an empire, build a strong foundation with someone. There could also be themes coming through for you guys around family matters, family legacy, things that are passed down from generation to generation, and perhaps this is part of what's healing. For others of you, maybe we're letting go of a marriage or letting go of a relationship that we had like roots like with, and that's part of what is shifting and changing at this time as well. But it definitely feels like you're focused on like the long-term success of relationships versus the short-term kind of instant gratification that those kind of fun connections can bring us. I do feel like commitment is important to you. I do feel like having a partner where you guys can really build something together materially as well as within your like emotionally is highly, highly significant. And that's going to be what's informing your decisions as you are dating. Now, with regard to a person of significance, we have the Empress coming through here. So I'm getting a couple messages for this, and we will get some clarifying cards here in a moment. for some of you, I actually feel like this is just your own energy, right? This is an energy of self-love. This is an energy of self-care. This is an energy of wifey, maternal energy as well, feminine energy coming through. Most of my viewers that watch my channel, I think like 98% of you, according to my analytics, are identifying as female, right? Which is why I kind of feel for some of you, this is your own energy coming through. This energy of knowing your worth. And it makes a lot of sense with that 10 of Pentacles, because you guys know you're coming into this realization that you are worthy of a partner that can build with you, where you're not the one that's always having to take care of them or do everything for them. For others of you, this could actually have to do with motherhood or maternal energy, right? For some of you, there could be a need to release, heal, or grieve something to do with a maternal figure in your life and how this is kind of impacting your love life. And then there could be an energy as well of a person that's coming into your life who has this very caring, nurturing energy, right? Someone who is a caretaker, someone who is comforting for you to be around, someone who could be like a spouse or a parent, like the mother of your children, something along those lines. So let's go ahead, group one, and we're going to continue on. I feel so connected to this reading. It's like the messages are coming through so clearly. So tell me a little bit more, Spirit, about what is next in love for my group number one, singles. What else do they need to know? What's this energy about? What's next in love, Spirit? We do have controlling coming through. We have player. Okay, this is your energy, so this is interesting. Okay, hold on. I think someone does have a crush on you, because that flew out face up. So if you guys have been like wondering, if you came to this reading wondering about someone specific, I do feel like Spirit was giving you a little nod, like, yeah, they like you. Okay. All right. So one of the things that I see here with this control energy coming through is, I think part of what you, my viewer, are working through during this time is maybe like releasing the need to feel in control, or like anxiety potentially in relationships as well. You know, control can be kind of like what we see here, where we have like a dynamic of someone trying to kind of jerk the other one around, or make sure that like, you know, they're very like possessive. They kind of dictate, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going. And the other person, you see their hand is limp. They're just kind of like succumbing to that. So it can talk about that energy, which could be an energy some of you guys are working on releasing at this time, or recovering from an old relationship. But I also feel a lot of this could have to do with anxiety energy, of like kind of needing to release the fear, needing to release kind of this energy of, I need to know everything that's going on. I have to make sure that like it's going to go this way or that way, ruminating thoughts in relationships. And I feel like a big part of what's changing for you, my viewer, is, you know, this energy of non-committal people, right? Like for some of you, maybe this has been your own energy, where you've been kind of like non-committal, or just kind of like engaging in more surface level relationships or shorter term relationships, keeping those options open, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel, again, there's something about you and your approach that is deeply transforming at this time. And it has to do with releasing this energy of like, ugh, love sucks, and no one's really going to want to commit to me, so I'm just going to be in my player energy. I think this is also, for my group one viewers, an energy of you purging out this type of partnership in your life, because again, you guys want commitment. You guys want longevity in a relationship. And it's like we're learning and growing through our experiences here. And we know that this type of person, even though they're cute and fun and they might have a crush on us, we know that it's not what we want ultimately at the end of the day. So it's like this Pluto energy, this death energy here, it's about like looking deeper and saying, okay, like, is this fun, cute energy going to give me my goal in relationships? Is it really going to provide me with the support that I deserve? It's not, right? And this type of energy can induce anxiety as well. So I think that you guys are really coming into that realization coming forward here into the near future. And again, continuing to heal from, there's a lot of energy about like being hurt and then like recovering from that. And also like opening your heart back up again to love slowly but surely. If this is a specific person that's coming towards you, group number 1, I do feel this is a person with good intentions. I do see an energy of them wanting to ask you out on a real date. I think this is something that you guys know that you actually deserve, right? And this would be something that you would be like forward about, So like someone comes toward you and they're like, let's hang out. You're going to be like, I don't really have time to hang out, but you can ask me to dinner. Let me know when you make the reservation, right? Like I could see you guys advocating for yourself in that way and just being really clear about what you want, because this is all about your worth, knowing what you deserve here. I do think that there's an energy of healing with this specific person, you moving through this energy of your like standing in your worth, standing in your power. But there are still things that may bubble up to the surface, because this is going to be a slower process, right? That you have to allow yourself the time and the patience and the grace to move through. All right, so let's continue. Group 1. What else does group 1 need to know, Spirit? What's next in love for my beautiful, amazing group 1 singles? What else do they need to know about what's next in love for them? We have spiritual lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Yeah, I do feel that you guys are kind of coming off of a pretty significant spiritual lesson with maybe a specific person, this type of person. I also feel like maybe there's like this last cycle that you guys have been closing out of has been a massive spiritual awakening with regard to your love life. It's like whatever you guys have been through, it's deeply transforming you to the point where like you will now be approaching relationships in like the most fundamentally different way possible, but for the better. Because this, again, it's about your new beginnings. It's about things becoming lighter. Okay, let's see. Group 1. Go slow. Take time to get to know each other. Whoever is coming towards you guys is somebody who I think also has been hurt when it comes to their love life. They are going to go slow. They're going to take it slow based off what I see here. And they do seem like the type of person that's going to ask you out on like an actual date and approach you with positive intent. And maybe part of them going slow and being a little bit more leaned back into this feminine, nurturing energy is what could be pulling up a little bit of anxiety for you guys. I think going back to this love sucks, there's something here about belief systems as well, and, ensuring that you kind of go into it without like projecting any like past experience that was negative onto this person. Right? Because we'll see. I'm going to get a little bit more information here, but I do see that this person may go a little slower and want to kind of take their time with you because of what they've been through as well. Okay, so let's grab a couple of these. Group 1. Let's see what else we can get, please, Spirit. What else does group 1 need to know about their love life and what's next for them? Okay, we have the second house, which makes sense. Taurus and Venus. We've got Taurus energy here with the Empress. Again, this is about your self-worth. And it is also about your values, which makes a lot of sense with this 10 of Pentacles and even the Death card. This next phase is about you guys getting really clear about your value and your values in relationships and self-worth, standing in your power with this Empress card, understanding what you deserve and not being afraid to behave in a manner that attracts in what you deserve. And I do feel for my group 1 viewers that like, I think it's just about with people come towards you and they're not giving you the energy, like if they're coming towards you with this player energy, you are just able to kind of realign your behavior to this Empress, right? Like you don't have to be like rude to them. You don't have to be like F you unless you want to. It's just kind of about saying, you know what, like that's not really aligned with my values, and just politely excusing yourself from the situation here. I do see money stuff tied into this as well, which makes sense. We were talking a little bit about that with the 10 of Pentacles, you guys kind of building your legacy here. Venus is kind of like, maybe for some of you, it could be a good time to explore a little bit into your astrology, like your birth chart, learning about your Venus sign, because your Venus sign kind of tells you about how you want to be loved, right? Like a Venus in Gemini is very different from like a Venus in Taurus versus a Venus in Capricorn, and so on and so forth. We also have achievement. You've done the work. You'll be seeing the fruits of your labor flourish right before your eyes. Yes, group 1. This is so like empowering and encouraging. I do feel like you will, with this spring energy, through continuing to move through the past stuff, heal from it, not being afraid to kind of confront the stuff and work through it, acknowledge it, you're going to start to see changes. I feel like you guys are going to actually start to see changes in the type of person that's going to be asking you out. Whereas like before, maybe you were connecting with this archetype where they were kind of like non-committal, player energy. And now you're going to be starting to draw in people that actually want to take you out on dates, because this is like the vibration that you're in. You're like elevating your standards here. And it's like emanating out of your pores, because look at this. We have take out the trash. So it's like there's this purging energy with the selenite. We're getting that a lot. This purging energy, and it's making you feel more aligned. Like moving through this stuff is actually like making you feel more aligned energetically to the type of person that you're looking to attract in. So group 1, I think we're just going to close it out with one more card. We're going to do an archetype card because I want to see the archetype of this person. I'm just curious if we can get a little info about them. Okay, Spirit. So let us know, please, the archetype of whomever this person is that's asking group 1 out on a date. Who's coming towards them? Who is this person coming towards my group number 1 viewers, please, Spirit? We have the Prince, romantic charm. That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, this is definitely someone who's going to ask you out on like a proper date. Romantic energy. We do have the damsel here at the bottom of the deck, so I do think this person kind of likes to sort of be like the knight in shining armor sort of vibes. I think that makes them feel really good about themselves, and I do see this energy here of them asking you out on a date and courting you. But I think it will be important to take it slow. And if this person is taking it slow, kind of allow them to take it slow. This is a very charming energy, right? So I think that part of it could feel a little reminiscent to this. And maybe this person does have some of that they're moving through as well. So I think for group 1, really the main overarching lesson for you here as we close out your reading is to just stand in your principles, know your value, know your worth, and make sure that you align yourself with the behavior of the value. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to end it here, group 1, but thank you guys so much. If you made it all the way through, please comment below. Let me know how this resonates and kind of like what you all have been moving through in your love life. And if you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. hit the notification bell so that you will be updated whenever I post the next message, and I'll see you there. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 2 singles. If you guys were drawn to the Rose Quartz Palm Stone and the Lord of the Rings Tarot deck, this is going to be your reading. So as I was mentioning in the intro, this reading is going to be what's next in love for singles, and we will be looking to see kind of who's coming toward you, what upcoming energy you guys are moving through. But I also really want to make this reading feel a little bit more empowering, right? Where we can kind of hone in on self as well to understand our own energy as it relates to this question. And the reason I feel like that can be a little bit more empowering is that we cannot always control who comes towards us, right? We cannot always control other people. I was telling group 1, this happens to me all the time where people approach me romantically that I would have never wanted to. I can't control that. And that's not our fault if people are coming into our life that we don't want approaching us, right? But we can control how we respond. And so that's why I want to make sure that we're touching on, your own energy in this reading as well, so that you can feel more empowered over the situation versus just having to accept whatever is. You know what I mean? So let's start with the overall energy for you, group 2. So we've got pay attention to the red flags. Okay, what else? Ooh, we have realizations coming through for group 2. And then we've got eye candy. Okay. All right. So let's take a closer look, group 2. So I definitely feel like what's next in love, there's definitely this energy of a person or a type of person that you guys like coming forward. I do feel this is going to be someone that you share a lot of chemistry with. There's a lot of sexual energy that I'm getting from this as well. And I do think that this is a person who looks really good. I do. This says beauty fades, choose someone for their inner beauty and personality, right? So there's something about red flags, that maybe this isn't the current energy because I see some shifts coming in, but I do feel that maybe for pile 2, maybe in the past, this group has potentially maybe overlooked red flags that you kind of knew were there because the chemistry was so good, or the physical attraction was so good, or I don't know. I'm not saying you guys specifically, but I think about this sometimes, how there are certain people that I feel like they can just get away with anything because of their looks. It's almost like their pretty privilege sort of gets them out of things, gets them out of accountability at times. And I'm not saying that you guys approach that way with people, but it's sort of there can be this tendency to ignore the red flags or not fully want to acknowledge them because the chemistry is so good with a specific person. But I do feel like you guys are starting to have something kind of click for you with regard to this, with regard to red flags, with regard to things that feel a little off and being more in tune with your own intuition here. Maybe you guys are going to be noticing a red flag about someone and actually having it click into place for you in a way that it hasn't before. So let us continue, group 2. What else, Spirit, does group 2 need to know? What's next in love for my beautiful, amazing group 2 singles? Oh, okay. So we actually have, this is an Ace of Pentacles, an Ace of Coins coming through. Okay. And show me the energy of my group 2 viewers, please, Spirit. What's next in love? We have the 8 of Swords. Okay. Okay. And show me who's coming towards them that you want to highlight, Spirit. Tell us more. Who is this red flag person? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I like seeing this, you guys. So, what's next in love? Give me a moment here. I think that you guys are coming into a realization here with the 8 of Swords that maybe it has been your own self-limiting beliefs that have been getting in your way. Because the Eight of Swords is an energy where we feel like we can't really do anything. We feel kind of stuck. We feel like we don't have the power, or there's like maybe some sort of a mental block or the way we're thinking about this that's preventing us from making the necessary change that we want to make. And we are using the Lord of the Rings tarot deck here. So it's like, you guys, like this is a depiction of like being at the end, right? This is where Frodo is getting ready to throw the ring into the fires of Mount Doom. And in this moment, he gets stuck and he's like overcome by the power of the ring. And I feel like there's something maybe that you guys are realizing about your own personal power and how it relates to red flags and the types of people that you are attracting in, and the confidence that you have to confront these things. I do think that this is a cycle with the world that's closing out. Like, some of you guys could be dealing with someone kind of specific or have someone specific on your mind coming into this message. And with the world being here, this is sort of telling me that this chapter is concluding. This chapter is concluding. This could also be a person who lives very long distance from you, someone that you would have to like travel to. Almost like it's giving overseas energy with this card, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that for everybody. And I think that's where the realization is coming in. Like, there's something shifting in the way you guys think about this situation and whatever red flags are being presented here. With the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Coins, I feel like the red flag is around tangible effort and investment. Because an Ace of Coins is saying this is a situation where we have potential for it to grow and blossom into something real in my day-to-day with someone. But the Ace of Pentacles is always going to just stay potential unless both parties kind of come together and actually invest in it and put in the effort, the real tangible effort to make it work every day. And I kind of feel for you, my viewer, you guys have been kind of struggling with this energy of feeling a little stuck, a little in your head about it. And I think this person is distant from you. And there's a concern here. There's a red flag here about like, will this actually work in my day-to-day? Hopefully that makes sense. So let's see. Let's get a little more insight here, group 2. What else, Spirit, does group 2 need to know about what's next in love for them, please? We have narcissist. Okay. Show me the energy of my viewers, please, Spirit. What's next in love? Ooh, okay. And show me the energy of this person. Yeah, okay. We do have social media energy here at the bottom of the deck, which is kind of like furthering what I'm feeling about disconnection here. Like, there's a distance with this person that you guys might be thinking about. The other thing I didn't touch on here with the Six of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, you guys might be coming into a realization that there are some differences here. Pretty core differences, right? We've got two people or two characters here from this story that come from completely different groups, that live completely different lifestyles. And this is like a depiction of Galadriel gifting Gimli some of her hair, right? So she's like gifting him something small, like a very small piece of her. but that's it. It's like a very measured energy that I get from this. And a lot of times with the Six of Pentacles, this again kind of touches on the effort, the balance of effort, energy, and resources that we are exchanging with someone. And a lot of times with the Six of Pentacles, this can speak of a dynamic where we've got one person who's a little bit more in control, and the other person that's a little bit like needier. Like in this depiction, we can see Gimli's the one that's kind of like waiting to receive this little piece of generosity, but would like more. You know, so sometimes it's like that breadcrumbing dynamic, and I feel like that could be what you guys are starting to come into the realization of here. With this narcissist energy coming up, some of you could be realizing something around this type of energy, right? Like maybe this has been the type of person that you have attracted in the past. It could even be this person, this situation that Spirit is picking up on right now, where it's like there's something very selfish about the effort, the energy, the exchange in the dynamics of this connection. And I feel like it is kind of preventing any potential from actually growing into something more. Whoever you guys are attracting in, or whoever Spirit is highlighting right now, is somebody who's kind of focused on their own thing. This person feels like someone who works a lot. They feel like someone who is, just traveling maybe a lot, like a business professional in some sense. And I do feel with this social media energy that their energy is a bit scattered. Like maybe they talk to a lot of different people. Maybe they work on social media. Maybe they have a following on social media, something along those lines. They're focused on themselves. Which is why you guys are maybe feeling like you can't get as much of them as you would like. And maybe this is a question of like, is there something about them that because they're so attractive or they hold a certain status that maybe you're accepting less than what you know that you deserve here? Because it does seem like this situation kind of revolves around them. Now, you, my viewer, we also have this energy of unplanned pregnancy here. So I'm wondering if that's like a very specific message for some of you around like maybe there's been an unplanned pregnancy with this person, or maybe you guys are expecting their baby. And again, we're having this struggle here with power dynamics of generosity and giving and resources, which would be needed to support a child. That may not be the case for everybody viewing this specific message, but I do feel that card came up for a reason. So this is connected to somebody's story out there. Maybe feeling a little stuck or trapped because it's like you don't feel like you necessarily always have the power to advocate for what you need or ask for what you need. As I'm parting the deck, we have children coming through as well. Let's continue. What else for group 2, please, Spirit? What else? Look, and as I'm parting the deck, we have chemistry, right? So there's something about this connection that draws you in because of the chemistry. What else, Spirit, does group 2 need to know? What's next in love for group 2? My beautiful group 2 viewers, what's next in love? We have intuition. You already know the answer you seek. Love that. Healing. We have longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. I feel like this is your energy. Group 2. I think you guys are coming into so this is what I see. What's next in love is I think you guys are having a light bulb moment about the dynamics, the power dynamics in this relationship and the balance of effort, right? This feels like an imbalanced relationship where we've got you, my viewer, who is wishing that there could be more coming through here. And this person who's focused on themselves, like they're not really giving you, they're very distant. Their energy is very distant. And it's like they're not even really focusing on you as like a key priority here. And I feel like this with the Sun card here is something that's being illuminated for you at this time. We have a lot of this energy of illumination coming into awareness. Even when I'm looking at Frodo, you can see how his body is really like being highlighted here. It's kind of circled with light. It's like the key to you all creating a different outcome for yourself with regard to this situation is you. It's like you're coming into this realization that you have the power to take a different path. You have the power to ask for what you need, right? Versus like this person, it seems like they kind of hold a lot of power in this connection, but part of that has to do with your own maybe potentially self-limiting beliefs and being kind of fearful or nervous, or maybe not fully trusting your intuition that what you're picking up on is correct and needs to be addressed by you. So this is saying like the light bulb moment that's coming through for you is like, you're trusting in your intuition. You're trusting in the red flags. You're trusting that what you're seeing and feeling is accurate about this situation. And I do think that some of this is connected to healing that may need to be explored, right? This could be a dynamic that's playing out due to something that you all experienced when you were a child, right? Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. So it's kind of like this awareness that's coming through for you guys around this situation or this type of person that maybe you all have attracted in the past or dated in the past. That awareness is what's empowering you in love next. Okay, let's continue. Group number 2. Let's continue. What else should group 2 know about this situation, please, Spirit? I don't know why I feel like this person moved or they relocated. Like they did something where they put a lot of distance between you and really wanted to focus on themselves. Even though maybe you guys feel like you really needed their support for justified reasons here. What else, Spirit? What else does group 2, my beautiful group 2 singles, what do they need to know about this situation and what's next in love? We have frontin', acting like you don't want something when in reality you do, putting up a facade as if you're better than the truth. Yeah, this is like where we're coming into the realization that like, and then we have the crown chakra coming through. Yeah, so it's like this upcoming energy is about like kind of really confronting yourself as well. Right? Like kind of realizing that maybe there are still some lingering attachments to this person, or that you do actually want more from this person than what you've said you wanted in the past. You know, it's a little bit about like getting vulnerable and being vulnerable with yourself and allowing yourself to feel validated that, you know what, this person, you know, I wanted more from them and they didn't give it to me. I feel like a lot of you guys have been putting up this front, like this card says, of like, well, it's not a big deal. I don't need anything. I don't need that from them. I'm fine on my own. Maybe you're very independent as well. But the reality is different of what you feel inside. The reality is that there is a desire. There is a longing here for more from this person than what they've been willing to offer you or give to you. So I think part of what's next is you guys also kind of like keeping it real with yourself and acknowledging and validating those feelings. We also have the crown chakra. This is saying meditation will bring you answers, source channel, energetic antenna. I love that. Yeah, it's like you guys are connected to spirit. You're connected to source, your higher selves. Maybe some of you would benefit during this time from starting a meditation practice. I've said this so many times on my channel, but you guys would be so shocked of just like doing meditations regularly and just allowing your mind that time. So much info comes through that's like random that you would have never thought would come through. You know, this may help to bring insights that you all are looking for with regard to love or this specific situation. But I do think that this is a time where you're actually very tuned in. Your energetic antenna is tuned in accurately and accurately perceiving what the problem is with this person and the dynamics that are at play here. All right, so group 2, we're going to look to see this person's archetype here because I'm just curious to understand kind of a little bit more about who this is. I do feel with this world card that you guys know who this is already. Like this is someone that you've concluded a chapter with here or will be concluding a chapter here in the upcoming future. But let's just see if we can get some confirmation around like who is this person for group 2 that they should be aware of? Who's this person you're highlighting, Spirit, for my group 2 viewers? Okay, well, we have a lot of stuff that flew out, but the one that flew out first, where did it go? Now I actually thought it was the vampire, but too many fell out now, so we're gonna try again. But that would make sense. I do feel this person could be potentially an energy vampire to you. We have the athlete. There's the looks thing, right? The eye candy thing. Maybe for some of you, this is like a professional athlete or someone in that vein of work, like in that line of work. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. This person may have a little bit of entitlement because I do feel that they hold a lot of power and they hold some sort of status, and they look really good. They're really attractive. And so again, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, it's like something about this person's looks or their status, their pretty privilege, if you will, kind of allows them to get away with poor behavior, I feel like, in their life. I didn't do this for group 1 because it didn't really feel like we needed to, but for you guys, I am. We're going to look at the status deck here. I want to see a little bit about, this person's kind of like intention towards you coming up here into the future, since we're looking into kind of like what's next in love. So tell me more, Spirit, about this athlete person and their intention toward my pile 2 viewers. Tell us, please, the blunt, honest truth. What is their intention, please, Spirit, toward my group 2 singles? We have jealousy. Okay. Already not the best of intentions here. Obligations. Maybe there is something about that pregnancy for some of you guys. Emotionally unavailable for you. Yeah. This person is the type of person that I think doesn't want to see you with anyone else, but also doesn't want to claim you for themselves or commit or provide the necessary support. They are emotionally unavailable, and that's kind of what I've been getting through this entire message, group 2. It's like they feel very distant and disconnected, like they're not even really focusing on you at all in a way that you could be desiring from them, which is, I don't think that anything you're asking for is like asking too much, you know? This person just feels very self-absorbed in their own world, but they also feel like they have hater energy low-key toward you. Like they don't want to claim you, but they also don't want to see you with anyone else. And there's something about like them feeling obligated to you. And I'm wondering if that's where this pregnancy energy is coming through. Like there's definitely someone watching this video who maybe has a child with this person, or there's something around just like general responsibilities or commitments that you two share together that make this person feel like they have to connect with you because it's like the right thing, the responsible thing to do. But the truth is like they're not really giving you anything from an emotional standpoint. It's like they're giving you just that bare minimum that's required, and then they're on to the next thing. So I do feel what's next in love, group 2, just to kind of summarize this, is you all kind of coming into the realization about this situation and trusting your intuition and, you know, listening to the red flags and learning to kind of step into your own power with regard to this situation here, instead of kind of letting this person string you along. Whew. So this is what I see, group 2. Please comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys, just kind of how this resonates and what you guys have been moving through in love. Did this provide you like any insight into your situation? I would love to hear in the comments. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated once I post the next message, and I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey, beautiful group number 3 viewers. If you guys selected the Magickal Dogs Tarot and this pink Aura Quartz crystal, this is going to be your reading. So today we're looking into what's next in love for my beautiful, amazing single viewers out there. And my goal with this reading is to illuminate for you who's coming towards you, what the situation is that you're moving through next. But I really want this reading to also focus on self-empowerment as well, because like I was sharing with group 1 and 2, we cannot always control who comes towards us, but we can control the way we respond to it. You know, like I have people come up to me all the time that I don't really want to date, that I've never invited to come up to me, but they do anyway. And all I can control in those situations is the way that I receive it, the way that I respond to it, rather. So my goal is to help us kind of see what's coming up for you, but also make you aware of your own energy with regard to the situation so that you can conduct yourself accordingly to your standards. So let's see. Group number 3, overall energy. We have passion. Ooh, we have casual dating. And then we also have 2 attached coming through. Okay, so let's take a look at this and then we'll get into the tarot. So what's next in love? I do see you guys connecting with someone. You guys could be dating more than one person, or maybe kind of like putting feelers out there, exploring. I do think that what's next in love is, it makes sense with casual dating coming up because it feels like it's very beginning stages, or like we're just starting to get to know someone. We're just starting to kind of like put feelers out there and test the waters, right? Whether it's with one person or a couple of different people, like on a dating app or something. But it makes sense because you guys selected this pink Aura quartz, which this is a crystal that's been kind of coated in this like shiny, beautiful substance here, or whatever you would call it. And this kind of gives me the energy of like getting dressed up, like putting your best foot forward, not necessarily getting super vulnerable yet to show like the deepest parts of ourselves, right? But putting ourselves out there and testing those waters. That's kind of what I keep getting, like dipping the toe in. Okay. Passion is definitely telling me that there's a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of excitement here. This could be the type of situation where you really vibe with someone really, really well. You just kind of hit it off, you click, you get each other. But then we have this message here about being too attached. So we take the words here with a grain of salt because it doesn't always play out this specific way for everyone involved. But this does say give your partner some breathing room. Being too needy drives them away. I don't know if that's specifically the scenario that I'm picking up on here. We're going to see once we get into your tarot. But when I think of too attached, I just think of, generally speaking, for you, my viewer, to be kind of mindful of being too attached to a specific outcome, or too attached to it having to look a certain way or manifest a certain way. Like really kind of taking a look at your attachments to certain things when it pertains to dating, and making sure that you're not kind of locking yourself up or closing yourself off to things because you have like a specific idea of how it should go or what should happen. Okay, so let's continue, group 3. What's next in love, spirit, for my beautiful, amazing group 3 singles? What do they need to know? What's next in love? We have the Chariot. Okay, this is interesting. Justice flying out. So I guess it wanted to make itself known. Show me the energy of my viewers, please, Spirit. What's next in love? We have the Fool. Yes. I'm excited for you guys. Who's coming towards them, Spirit? Who do you want to highlight? Who's coming towards them next, Spirit, in love? We have the 5 of Sky. This is the 5 of Swords. Interesting. I do have to also mention we have a 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel for some of you all, this could be a couple things. Could be someone from the past. It could be someone that you've known before. Could be someone from your hometown. A reconciliation with someone. that you have already known for a while, or who's kind of been in your vicinity. Six of Cups, it doesn't always have to mean that it's someone we dated, like an ex. It could just be someone that's kind of been in our similar spaces for a long time. There's like a sense of familiarity here is what I'm getting to. Now, if it's not someone from your past, with Justice coming out, I do kind of feel this could be a past life connection for some of you guys as well, where there's kind of this like, I was getting this energy with passion that you guys just kind of click with this person. And I feel like you might get that feeling, even if this is someone brand new that you're not expecting to meet, or someone new that comes into your life. I do think that you're going to have that instant connection with them where they feel really familiar and they really click with you. Now, the thing to keep in mind about past life connections is that sometimes they are lessons, right? With the Justice card, sometimes this is someone coming into our life to kind of teach a lesson, or maybe we're teaching them a lesson in some capacity. And we do have Justice coming up here. So I think there is something here with like karma or lessons that could be coming through for you, group number 3. Now, what I see with your energy is actually really beautiful with the Fool card, because the Fool is all about like kind of diving into a new beginning head first. And that's a lot of what we've been getting with your overall energy. There's something here about like new beginnings, fresh starts, just kind of starting to put yourself back out there into new and different situations. And I do feel there is with the Fool something that's a little bit uncharted territory here with the situation. There is going to be something about the situation that feels new or different, or something that you haven't really experienced before, or maybe you haven't experienced in a long time. I do feel like you guys have changed a lot. I'm really being drawn to this butterfly, this white butterfly that's here in this card. I think that you guys are changed with the way that you guys approach love and relationships. I feel like you're coming off of a cycle, like off of a big chapter that's closed. And I think that part of the reason why we have the Fool energy here is because your energy and the way you're showing up to the situation is a lot different than how you would have navigated it in the past. Okay, now the person that's showing up for you is the 5 of Swords, 5 of Sky. This person, I think, is somebody who has a lot of like mental energy. Like you and this person may have like some intellectually interesting conversations, but this person is also kind of in their head. And this person, I think, is also sort of dealing with vulnerability issues of their own, right? They seem like the type of person who would only like let someone in so far. Like, again, it's that surfacey level energy. And if we take a look at this card, it's almost like this little dog here has taken all of these sticks away from these other dogs. And he has like this kind of smug, like, look what I did, look what I got from them. Even though ultimately it doesn't really matter. Like, you know what I mean? It's like this person likes to feel in control. They like to feel like they've won something. This person may like to feel like they have something to show for their efforts. Like they may like to collect. I don't know. It's giving like notch on my bedpost energy. Have you guys heard that expression before, where like people they sleep with someone and then they like kind of notch their bedpost as like a bragging rights thing? Like, look at how many people I have slept with or whatever. I do kind of get a little bit of that energy with this person that's coming towards you. So with this energy that's coming through, we've got the Chariot and Justice. The Chariot card is really about you, my viewer, kind of being in this energy of focusing on the long-term goal versus, and like remaining tunnel visioned on that long-term goal. There's a lesson here with this situation with Justice. And I'm actually wondering if that's where this attachment energy is coming from. Maybe there's a specific attachment to a long-term goal. And for some of you, this could be about needing to make sure you're sticking to your standards with regard to getting there. For others of you, it could be showing up as more of like a blockage. But I just feel, looking at this, like you and this person are going to vibe. Like I feel like you and this person are going to really click. You're going to really hit it off. I do think that you both are going to feel really illuminated and really just like there's this strong connection between the two of you very quickly. I'm definitely going to be curious to dig more into this person's energy because I don't love that we're seeing the Five of Swords here. I feel like they're kind of blocked at the heart space. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel like they're kind of blocked and they have some ego stuff going on here. But I need more information. So let's continue, Spirit. I'm wondering if the winter season could be significant as well. With that Chariot card being the first one that came out and we have this wintry scene, I'm wondering if the winter is significant to your situation here from a timing perspective for group 3. Okay, Spirit. What's next in love for my beautiful, amazing group 3s? Group 3 viewers. What else do they need to know? We have meetup. Show me the energy of my viewers, please, Spirit. What's next in love? We have the chase. Interesting. More snowy scenes coming up. Do you guys see that? Okay, show me the energy of this person. We have opening up. Okay, that makes sense with the Five of Swords. And look, we have reconciliation. So yeah, it does feel like you and this person are coming back together. Like you guys probably already know who this is. And maybe it's going to come as a surprise for some of you guys that they're coming back around. It may even surprise you guys that you're entertaining them, to be honest. You and this person may actually drive to meet each other. Like there's definitely a component here of travel with the Chariot, and when we see the Chariot, it's typically driving. So maybe you and this person don't live super close. It's going to require you to like meet up somewhere in the middle. I feel like meet up somewhere where you guys can both kind of reconnect and catch up, like over coffee or lunch or something more casual. And I think, again, it's going to be important for you to not have any high expectations going into this. If you choose to go into this group 3. I do think that this person with opening up, again, there's definitely something about them kind of struggling with this, but I like seeing this card come up because I feel like it's telling us that this person is slowly kind of improving, slowly getting better. They might be a little bit more open with you than what you've found them to be in the past. It's so interesting too, you guys, because we picked the Magickal Dogs Tarot, but do you notice how there's dogs in a lot of these cards that are not part of that deck? I'm wondering if there's something to do with dogs that brings you guys together, or maybe like you and this person had a dog together in the past, or they have a dog. There's definitely a synchronicity here with dogs that's popping into these other cards. Maybe you're meeting up with your dogs. I see this energy of the chase here coming through as well. And I think that that's where, for you, my viewer, there is maybe a message here. Sorry, group 3, I had to get up. I had someone knocking at my door. So I think I was talking about this energy of the chase. So I do feel like maybe this person is the type of person, because they have a tough time opening up. Maybe you guys have kind of felt this energy in the past of having to kind of activate yourself to sort of overcompensate for that. Yeah, it's like, I think because this person isn't always so super open, you guys have had to kind of like, you felt activated, like you had to be the one to kind of like pull information out of them or chase out after them because they've been difficult to read or not as transparent to be able to give you guys the reassurance that you needed from them. But again, there's something about you guys that's changed with this butterfly, where I don't actually feel you in this energy of being activated to chase this person anymore. If anything, I kind of feel like this person, you see how he's kind of like dragging the dog along? I almost feel like the dynamics are a little different this time, where this person may really have to kind of convince you to go along with them. I feel like you guys are kind of just meeting up with this person to like test the waters and see what's up with them. But I don't think that they hold like the same power over you as maybe they did in the past. There's definitely something about the winter time, the winter season, that is significant here as well, group 3. Let's continue. What else does group 3 need to know, Spirit, about what's next in love? I think also with this too attached energy coming up, when it's talking about giving your partner some breathing room, I think that you guys actually already know this about this person, that like if they perceive you as being too like needy, even though I don't think you guys are, they perceive you as being too needy. I almost feel like you guys realize that now, like they won't receive that well. You know, so it's like some of the change also I think has to do with awareness of who you're dealing with and how to move with them. We have different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. What else, Spirit? We have second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. That's so interesting. We do also have the leap of faith, which is interesting because the Fool talks about taking a leap of faith. You guys might be taking a leap of faith by meeting up with this person. Like when I see meet up, it doesn't feel like this is like a date or this is like anything really like serious right away. It feels like, again, we're testing the waters. We're just kind of seeing what's going on. And you guys are kind of saying, let's just try it out. Let's just see what happens. Like, I'm open. Let's just see what happens. But I do think that there's this realization here about like being on the same page. And it kind of reminds me of what we were discussing with the Chariot, right? Like the Chariot is about like that long-term goal, that long-term vision that you have for yourself when it comes to love. And you guys, you and this person, though you may have amazing chemistry and really click, you guys may realize like when you meet up with them, now that you're different and you've changed, like we're not even really that aligned. And so it's like the chemistry is great, the attraction is great, but if this is not something that I can see myself moving forward with long term, it may not be worth my investment. But yeah, second chance is definitely saying there's someone, it's like there's someone here that's up for further review again. So group 3, if you do not want to connect with the past person, I completely understand that. And I would not be offended if you chose to click off this reading. At this point, this is just the energy that I'm picking up on for the collective of group 3 that chose this pile. This is definitely someone from the past that's resurfacing for you. Okay, and this is like the potential energy of the situation should you choose to reconnect with them. And again, like we have free will. So like I was saying in the beginning, we can't always control like who comes back into our life. They may just pop back in, and it's not like we invited them to, but we can control the way we respond to it. And I do think that you guys are doing that. I kind of feel like you guys, I sense a little curiosity around like, what do they want? Like, why are they back? Let's just see with the Fool. Like you're not taking it super seriously is kind of what I get from this group 3. So let's continue. The other thing I feel is like, so when I sat down to do your reading group 3, I was getting a lot of interruptions. I had to get up a couple times to answer my door. I had a message that I had to respond to on my phone that I couldn't ignore. Like it was something I had to reply to, you know? So there's definitely something about distractions with this situation or interruptions with this situation. Maybe that's been the energy of this connection kind of leading up to this point. Maybe that's been your experience of them kind of interrupted or not completely there or present or just distracted. What else, Spirit, do my group 3 viewers need to know? Third house, there's that curiosity, the communicated language that dominates your character. Communication You and this person, I think, will talk. If you choose to reconnect, you guys will talk about something. I do think that this person will kind of open up to you a little bit more than they have in the past. But again, it's surface level. I think that's the issue with this person, group 3. I feel like communication was a big problem in this relationship. And I think that you're going to realize that you and this person won't be compatible necessarily with regard to that communication. We also have take out the trash, baggage to handle, running from responsibilities, organize your surroundings. Yeah, you guys could be having like a closure conversation with this person or talking about old stuff. You know, that metaphor of taking out the trash. It's like taking care of our baggage, discussing our baggage, clearing the energy for a fresh start. But I also kind of feel like you guys, my viewer, are going to just be like, no, thank you. Like, I feel like you perceive this person as metaphorical trash that you need to take out because it doesn't seem like you're compatible. Or maybe even going into this, you don't feel like you're compatible with them. We do have the 9th house as well, which can have to do with travel. So it's kind of interesting that we're getting this theme of like you guys maybe meeting up with this person as well. So let's see. There also could be something about belief systems too. There could also be something about belief systems too, and sort of like an incompatibility there around beliefs, whether it be like religion, spirituality, the way you view the world, philosophy, things like that. All right, what else for my group number 3 viewers, please spare. So what we're going to do, group 3, is I'm going to close this out with, we're going to look at this person's archetype, just to kind of see what they're kind of showing up as for you. I think a lot of you guys already know who this is, though, because it's someone from the past. Who is this person, Spirit? Coming towards my group 3 viewers. The goddess energy. The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality, exploitation of the female in nature and form. See, like, I was getting something about that notch on the bedpost energy. Like, I do think that this person in the past, or maybe still currently, is someone who's very drawn to your body. Like, they're focused on your body. They're focused on you for surface level reasons. Group 3. Let's see. This could also be a person who also leads with their body. Like, they are putting out their body more. It's more about like their physical appearance than it is about like, it's like that surface level energy is what I keep getting. Leading with their body, leading with their sexuality, that type of energy. We also have the prostitute. Yes. Yeah. This person, there's something about like the surface level of things. Materialism as well. It's surface level stuff that this person is bringing into this situation. Let's take a look, group 3. I want to see kind of with the status deck what their true intentions are toward you with reconnecting. I'm starting to get anxious too. I'm feeling this anxiety. So tell me, Spirit, what are this person's intentions with regard to my group 3 viewers when they're coming back into their lives? What is this person's intention toward my group 3 viewers, please, Spirit? We have true love. Okay. We have healing. Okay. We have just vibing. Okay. We do also have smoking mirrors. This says, this one will tell you whatever you want to hear. So there are illusions that this person puts out. Like, again, they don't let you really see their true selves. They're not completely vulnerable. I think they're going to present that way. Like, they're going to want to talk to you, but I feel like it's going to be catching up, like very surface level. They might share a little bit with you about their life and what's been going on with them. I think this person does have a lot of love for you because this is someone from the past, right? So there's history here. So based on that, they hold love for you in their heart, or they think that they do when they come towards you. But again, this person has a lot of healing to do. Something about connecting with you is providing this person with healing. So whether it's you guys kind of communicating with them about their energy, giving them feedback, or something about this reconciliation is bringing them closure or some sense of healing, that is why they're coming forward. Whether they realize that's the reason or not, because not everybody's super self-aware of why they do the things that they do. And I do see them very casual with this vibing energy, just kind of catching up with you. So for you, my viewer, group 3, I think the lesson here for you is just around like not having high expectations, not being too attached to this person or the outcome of it. And also keeping your eye on the prize of what it is that you're looking for out of love, and asking yourself, like, does this person really meet those needs, or are they a distraction from my goals? Because the Chariot is about being very focused on our goals. And it's sort of this energy of having tunnel vision on it, eliminating distractions. Is this person a distraction? I think that's something that will be coming up for you in this next little upcoming phase. So this is what I see for you, group 3. Please do comment below. Let me know how this message resonates and what you guys have been going through in your love life up until this point. If you are not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you will be updated once I post the next reading. And I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye.